Welcome back, guys. We are now in the 2023 BMW M2, the all-new M2 generation. And what a great way to test this car, considering just last week I was in the M2 competition of the previous generation and was completely blown away by how that car handled. But today we will not be driving in the canyons. We're here at Road America. We're going to do one lap and see how the new M2 performs. This one has the 8-speed automatic transmission. This car weighs a hefty 3,800 pounds, so it's a couple of hundred pounds heavier than the previous generation M2 competition. This is powered by the same engine that's in the G80 M3, but it's been detuned to make 453 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. So quite a hefty power bump over the last gen M2 comp. We can fine-tune the engine, chassis, steering, brakes, and the M traction control. Right now we just have it looks like the default Sport Plus or Sport setting. Are we able to turn to Sport Plus?
No, no, the manufacturer would prefer that we use it in Sport. This has been set up by the manufacturer. So for testing, just to make sure the car stays safe, it's a rare car, we want to leave the nannies where they are.
No worries, we'll leave it just how it is in Sport mode. All right, let's see how this thing drives. I gotta say, first time at Road America, this is a lovely track. There are chicanes set up with some cones here, but even then, I've been having a blast today.
They call Road America the National Park of Speed. It's built in 1955, one of America's great racetracks.
Oh wow, so even older than Laguna Seca, my home track.
Yep, Big Willow is older, but not many are.
Oh really? I haven't been out to Big Willow yet. It's on my list. You know, one thing I love about this M2, you can get this seat really nice and low. Actually, in all the cars I've driven today, this is the first one where I actually have to raise the seat up a little above the very lowest setting. Love these carbon fiber shift paddles. They almost look aftermarket. Very nice, thick, grippy steering wheel. Pretty typical of all M cars, even in the past. Tons of carbon on the center console and dash. Overall, I really do dig this interior. This touchscreen is beautiful. It's very easy to read, good contrast.
I think you're really going to find these binders, they work pretty darn well.
They better for a 3,800 pound car, huh?
Yep.
It's just crazy how heavy these cars have gotten. I remember my old 5 Series with a V8 weighed the same as this.
Like an E34 or an E39? E39.
Yeah. All right, let's see how the M2 performs. Excellent brakes.
Straight line.
great car. Gotta say, this car is very confidence inspiring from the factory, bone stock. The brakes, they do fade a little bit when you do repeated heavy stops, but the initial bite at least is good. I think with just a set of pads and fluid, you'd be in a good spot. The steering doesn't have a lot of feedback, but the front end is very sharp. It's very precise. You can place the nose of the car right where you want it, especially with a little bit of trail braking. Transmission is a little funky. The very first shift I did, I pulled the paddle when I thought I was close to redline, bounced off the rev limiter a little bit, so you do have to shift a little bit earlier, or rather you have to pull the paddle a little bit earlier than you would in some of the dual clutch transmission cars out there. So the transmission, definitely not a high point of the car, but the rest of the chassis feels excellent. This powertrain is an absolute monster. 453 horsepower. I don't think it makes that much power. It makes more than that. This feels like every bit of a 500 horsepower car, considering it weighs 3,800 pounds. Yeah, absolutely impressive performance from the new M2. I wish we were able to test the manual M2 on the track, but hey, this automatic works. It's just not quite as zingy with the shifts as I would like. I really think this could be a better car with a dual clutch transmission. I don't know why BMW decided to go away from those, but I can see why guys like Jackie Ding are having a blast tracking these cars and building them up. I think it's such a good platform to build a very capable track or time attack car with, and that's just with one lap behind the wheel. I have a newfound appreciation for this new M2. When I first saw the photos, man, I thought BMW has missed the mark just purely on exterior styling alone. But now that I've driven it, I gotta say, I can overlook the exterior because of just how well this car drives. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the new M2. Are the looks bad enough to where you don't even care about how this car performs? Or do you think the performance of this car justifies that angry beaver front end? Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.
It's just ugly. But you can't see that from the driver's seat, can you?
Exactly. From the driver's seat, none of that matters.
Yep.